So now you're young, you get into wrestling, and obviously, like the whole world's kind of coming at you at once.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're large crowds. You're traveling all over the place. From that first phase of wrestling, say 2010 to 2014, that first phase.
Yeah.
What was it like? In other words, like, obviously there's got to be when you're training a lot of temptations that might throw you off of your training.
Yeah.
Especially first coming in, like the travel, the crowds.
Yeah, all of a sudden, yeah, exactly. I kind of like fell into those temptations in those years. Like, even if you look, like I see some pictures of me, and it's like almost embarrassing to look at. Like, at one point, I got like really out of shape, which was my fault. And then like your work starts to suffer, and then you start playing the blame game on others and not really reflecting and seeing like, hey, like I need to improve myself. Like this is me. This is not someone else doing this to me. So like, I did fall into those pitfalls and everything. Just getting a little bit too soon. Like I wasn't mentally ready for the responsibility. I was presented this opportunity, and it was my responsibility to rise up to the occasion and take myself, as far as I wanted to take it. Because really, that opportunity is limitless. But if you don't have the right mindset, you don't have the right people around you. I see this happen a lot of time too. I mean, people in any field, when you're young, you think you know it all, or like, you just, you gotta really work on yourself. Like that arriving at a destination is one thing, but staying at that level is, you gotta work just as hard. And then to take it to the next level, you gotta work even harder, like super hard, harder than anybody. That's how you get to like that elite level.
Right.
So I think a lot of people don't realize that. Like, you think, okay, I'm gonna get to that level, and I'm gonna take my foot off the gas, and I'm just gonna coast.
Yeah.
If you take your foot off the gas, the car slows down.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So you go from 2010, 2014, and then WWE releases you in 2014.
Yeah.
Obviously, what was that like mentally?
Yeah, that's very tough. Like embarrassing. Obviously, to get released, it's not a fun feeling. But during that time, like I was partying, it was my own fault. So now looking back, that's the best thing that happened to me, because during that time off, I completely stopped drinking. I still haven't drank alcohol since. It's been like over 4, almost 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so like complete lifestyle change. Like I got super serious into diet, training, and I had a lot of regrets. That's like one of the things that I also felt, like a lot of regrets that, okay, I had this opportunity, I didn't give it 100%. Then I always said like, okay, if I get a second opportunity, like I'm gonna give it my all. And I was still young at the time. I was like 28 years old when I got released. So I knew like, hey, if I work hard, I can still make it back. And like, it's like, even for anybody at any age, it's never too late to start. Like there's no such thing as, oh, it's too late. Like starting now is better than never starting. So.
Right.
So I just had to make those steps. I got super serious into training, super serious into dieting, changed my mindset. I started listening to like Eric Thomas and Andy Frisella, Ed Milet, just even like C.T. Fletcher. I would just watch his YouTube videos over and over. I actually got the chance to train with him a couple years ago in California. Super cool dude. Yeah, so just like surrounding myself with like a positive message, believing in myself, not playing the victim card or the blame game, knowing that ultimately like I'm responsible for me. Like
that's huge.
Yeah, I can take it as far as I want, or I can, squander this opportunity. So yeah, that was like a big change. Yeah.
And so you had this transition. Obviously, you're wrestling independently in between that time.
Yep.
You had this transition. You changed yourself.
Yeah.
And then you got the call. Right?
Yeah. So yeah, I got the call. So this is like, I don't think this is random. So even before I got the call, about 2 months before I got the call, I had already stopped drinking and like started dieting and training. 2 months later, I got the call. Hey, you want to come back to WWE? Yes, I do. So even when I was so out of shape, like before I made that change. So even when I came back, like I wasn't like in like super good shape, but I had already started the process.
Yeah.
So like when I got back, like I even turned it up even more, and then within 10 months I was WWE champion. Like a couple things happened. I was #1 contender. There was an opportunity. One of the wrestlers got hurt. They needed someone to come into the pay-per-view, and I had just like gained so much momentum during that time. Just my mindset was like super sharp. everything, I was just firing on all cylinders: diet, exercise, rest, like no distractions, just laser focused. And then got the chance to win the WWE Championship, held it for 6 months. Captured the United States Championship at a WrestleMania. Yeah, it's just been awesome. Like, headlined so many arenas worldwide, so many tours. You know, I had a big match with Triple H in India. That was like a huge historic moment. And then got hurt. But through the injury, like, I still had the same mindset.
Right.
And then I went back for actually like a month, and then I had to have another surgery. So, but it's okay, because those setbacks just set me up for
Right.
yeah, for, you know, even stronger comeback. Like, every time I have a setback, I come back with a stronger mindset.